जन्नत में जाएगा, कोई दोज़ख में जाएगा। ग़रज़ हर नेक और बद का,
गरज हर नेक और बद का बराबर फैसला होगा।
यकीनन आएगा वो दिन कि जब महशर
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And as I've introduced the topic is about the family project. I'm joined by Rizwan Hussain, who's joining us from London. Assalamu alaikum, Rizwan.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Jazakallah khair for joining us and giving your time and to explain what this project is about, the family project.
Mhm.
So
We have. I'll start off with. You ask the question, and I'll start, inshallah.
Sorry, what did you say?
If you start off, I will carry.
So, what is the family project? What is the thinking behind this?
Well, I'm a secondary school teacher in a high school. I teach computer science. I've been active in my community for many years, and I felt that with our own families, as we're transitioning from the madrasa system, which we teach our children how to recite, and the basis of Islam, I was looking for something after they leave school, and how they can better participate in society. Around me, for the last sort of 10-15 years, a lot of divorces happening, a lot of family breakdown, a lot of issues which in years gone past didn't happen in Muslim families, in practicing families as well. The issues that are binding Muslims together are having problems. So I started looking around to see what was available to address this kind of early years of after you leave school, going into the workplace, getting married, and settling down and developing your own family. And I found there wasn't really anything there which sort of helped people manage that process. And so I looked around, and there was a number of people I knew who were trying to do things. And one of my mentors was a brother who was an Arabic teacher, and he set up a madrasa in his house, which was frequented by many people. And then his younger brother, Ustad Moidal, he then developed this family program, and they developed it together. And this is a very an online program, which as families together, they discuss the issues of about Islam, regular classes. So it's like a weekly program for a few hours a week, over a number of weeks, going forward, inshallah. So what it does basically looks at aspects of Islam, your relationship to the Quran, self-mastery, how to deal with issues within families, conflict, how to, as men, how men should manage the family, how managing the home, what issues to do with career, what kind of careers are good, is there a conflict of men and women in the household, linking up with parents, all these issues, but over a period of time, different modules exist in the course. So there's one on self-mastery, many are on the issue of Quran recitation and linking to the Quran in daily life problems.
So how long has this family project been going on for?
Well, it's been going on for like 5 years or so. The online and offline versions have been going, it's been about the third year that they've been happening. I myself only joined it in July. Okay. And the reason for that was my daughter recently graduated. And I was thinking, well, I need to now manage this process of, I'm going to have to help with a career, marriage, and establishing a family herself. So just knowing tajweed wasn't enough. How do I deal with the workplace? How do I deal with all these other things? And as a family, she's going to develop her own family. And I've obviously given some sort of BR, I've given some upbringing, but facing those issues as we're going forward.
So how can people, we see problems, not problems, but families, how can they get involved in this project? Is it online?
Well, it's online, and they have a number of sessions. They have the website is family-program.com, and basically you can register your interest through there and start your journey through there. There's some testimonials and the people behind it, all their CVs, what they do, their LinkedIn, etc., is all there. What it basically is that you have root sessions, which are tajweed, so the science of actually articulating correctly. So many of us may not have had that, or may have forgotten and fallen over in our Quran recitation. And then something called the Arabic Citadel, which is basically your relationship to the words of Arabic through the Quran. And through the Quran, understanding those basic words. So when you read an ayah, you read a page, you can get what's going on. You can stand some of the gist, you can stand some of the words. Historically, what would have happened, because many of us would have had our parents or grandparents being well-versed in Urdu, they would have had that. Many of the words are actually saying in Urdu and Arabic, some minor differentiation. But as our children are more in tune with the English and English as a language, that real link to the Quran is slowly being lost. And in translation, you don't get that. That was another module, the Arabic Citadel. And then another module, which is the 99 names of Allah, and acquainting ourselves with those and pushing that forward. Another module in the same course, self-mastery. So one of the sheikhs, Dr. Safaruk, he was actually going through the issue of how to master yourself. So this issue of muhasabah. So muhasabah, using classical texts and saying, look, at that time, the scholars, they would investigate their own actions at the end of a day. And so how did they do this? And what's the modern context? So the modern context would perhaps be looking at what's on your social media and accounting for that directly. Another module, family pneumatics, where things like marriage skills, parent craft, financial literacy are covered, but covered in a basis from Islam. So these things often, when children have these topics at school, and I've taught it at school as a secondary school teacher, it's a very secularized, not linking with what our community actually needs. So that also was going through. But supported with those, there was other sessions to do with, particularly some sessions for sisters on issues of motherhood, deeper sessions on Arabic, and for those who, people like myself, for example, I learned in a very traditional Pakistani way, the tajweed. Sometimes after not checking myself, some mistakes will creep in, because obviously when you read Urdu, that some of those mistakes may come in. So there will be specific drills and sessions for those to really make sure we're remaining correct in the Arabic and not making grammatical mistakes, inshallah.
I think it's a very good project that you highlighted. And so people in their 30s, 40s, especially 40s and 50s, who are parents now and may already have grandchildren as well. The issue is like the parents didn't get, like you mentioned, didn't got taught the Quran the Pakistani way, or whichever other, like.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
No,
It's
no,
not wrong. But the thing is, it's like because if you read Urdu,
yes,
for example, the way you pronounce in Urdu is different.
yes, it is. Yeah,
Yeah, and Arabic pronunciation is different.
yeah,
Right. So it doesn't. If you've been taught, right, it's very easy if you don't check your pronunciation to without realizing make mistakes. So I'm not saying look everything from Pakistan, everything we've taught our children is wrong. That's not true. It's just making sure because we read English all the time, we have little access to Urdu, and that's frustration. I don't want anybody to feel that I'm going to go at our parents and what they've done for us.
no, absolutely no. I mean, they did a lot of sacrifices and put their effort into trying to, teach us, and they did their best. And now it's our responsibility to make sure that we know and we can rectify our own mistakes, and understanding of how the Quran Tajweed is done, and the phonetics and the Mokhrij, and
that's really important. I think really the more thing I'm trying to put forward is that if we ourselves as a society, there's a lot of influence from things which are outside Islam. Obviously, if we live in a Muslim country, the influences are different. There are negative influences in Pakistan and other Muslim countries. But here, because we live in an environment which has a very different rhythm, historically, we would have had a link to back home, the way things happen there. So our family lives have actually changed significantly since we've come here. So I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying how to manage that, how to help each other. I mean, even amongst practicing families, the divorce rate is high. It's increased. And so it's not, and the pressures upon every aspect of family life, the pressures upon working mothers have increased. The pressures upon older people have increased. The pressures of materialism have increased. And in the faith crisis amongst young people is an epidemic at the moment. So people are feeling that their deen is under attack and sometimes falling outside what is correct because they haven't got that basic foundation. Or haven't been told, sorry, not basic foundations, haven't been in a place where they can safely ask questions and feel that they're not being judged.
Yes, absolutely. You're 100% right there. It's about improving what we already have, and maybe making some changes so that people are allowed to feel secure, and they feel becoming more confident in their belief and their their understanding. Like, I think the Arabic Citadel, is it Citadel?
Yeah, the Arabic Citadel course.
Yeah, I think that it will be a very useful course for to understand the Quran and get knowledge of the Arabic language. I think obviously we've learned it, but we don't understand it. We have to use translation. But if we knew what Arabic language is, if we study Arabic language, then that will give us a better make us better to understand the Arabic.
But it's almost like even if we understand Urdu, which many of the Arabic words are the same, we're a bit nearer to it.
Yeah.
But we're still not near enough.
Not near enough, and
not enough. And obviously, if we profess that we love Islam, and I have to say, a few years ago, my mum was studying Arabic. She's retired, and she said, "I'm studying more Arabic." And she would point out things to me. I'm thinking, you know what? I need to do that as well.
Yeah.
And so that was really, I mean, my mum is in her 70s, and she said, look, I need to, she was improving her access to the actual pure text. and she's much more well versed in Urdu than I am. She says, "Look, beta, I learned so much by doing this way and looking at this ayah, looking at it like this. Now when I read a page of Quran, that's pretty much half of the words I can get. And then
Yeah.
before I read the start of translation, I already know roughly where I am."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the translation really helps, and I think, if there's English speaking, obviously the
Mm.
youth, for them, is we can, we've got translation of English as well, which obviously will help uh, to understand what the Quran is telling us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think with English, it's just that there are some issues that can arise. And it's nothing, I'm not saying anything negative about English language per se, because we're speaking it right now. What I am saying is that if you look at languages, they are of their location.
yeah,
So English has a very close relationship to German and Latin, for example, and less of a relationship than to French in certain way. So its relationship to Arabic is very, very far away.
yeah, yeah.
So the thing is, we're not saying so translation gives you a start, and then we should build upon that. That's what I'm saying. I mean, so it's Arabic Citadel course, which also it's Arabic-Citadel.com. That would be basically saying, look, I've got an idea where I am. I can kind of interact with that and go forward.
I think we should mention that Urdu, what we're saying, and tell people, because we've got Pakistani community, Kashmiri community that's listening in, and also if there's Bengali brothers that are listening, I mean, they have understood the English, and we should, these communities to reach out to them in their own language. I mean, a lot of our listeners are maybe listening as taxi drivers or working in takeaways or working wherever they are working, and if they're listening to us, maybe we should give them an explanation or like a summary of what we've said in this program and how they can guide their children or get involved in this project.
इंशाल्लाह. तो उर्दू में ही बात कर लेते हैं, फिर कोई मसला नहीं.
जी
तो जरूरी बात यही समराइज करने में यही बात मैंने कहनी थी कि इस मुल्क में जहाँ पे हम रह रहे हैं, हमारे बच्चे बड़े हो रहे हैं, हमारे ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन बड़े हो रहे हैं, हम खुद यहाँ पे इतने सालों से हैं. अब उसमें हमने अपने दीन के साथ जो कनेक्शन जो जोड़ रखना है वो मजबूत भी होना चाहिए और आगे के लिए मुस्तकिल भी होना चाहिए. तो हम देख रहे हैं कि मैं खुद एक सरकारी स्कूल में टीचर हूँ, तो मेरे खुद भी बच्चे बड़े हो गए हैं. तो मैंने ये महसूस किया कि जो स्कूल में और मदरसे में हो रहा है, माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छा काम हो रहा है, लेकिन उस स्कूल खत्म, मदरसे खत्म होने के बाद जब हमारे बच्चे जिंदगी में कदम रख रहे हैं, अपने घर खुद बना रहे हैं, अपने खुद खानदान बना रहे हैं, तो उनको ये पता है कि डिग्री कौन सी लेनी है, उनको ये पता है कि हमने कितने पैसे कमाने हैं, कितने बड़े घर लेने हैं. लेकिन जहाँ पे मजहब का जो इन्फ्लुएंस होना चाहिए वहां पे थोड़े बौखला जाते हैं और उसमें उतनी पुख्तगी नहीं होती और बहुत से ऐसे गलतियां हो जाती हैं. और मैं ये नहीं कह रहा जो लोग नमाज रोजा नहीं करते या नहीं करते, मैं हम सब के लिए इबरत की बात है कि नमाज रोजा होने के बावजूद हम लोगों में खानदान बट रहे हैं और खानदान तबाह हो रहे हैं. तलाकें इतनी आम हो चुकी हैं, बच्चों माँ बाप और बच्चों के दरमियान जो तलाकात है वो बदतर से बदतर होते जा रहे हैं. तो इस सोल्यूशन की एक ये है, मैंने देखा कि मेरे कुछ दोस्त है, उन्होंने एक फैमिली प्रोग्राम इजाद किया. इसमें तो कुछ मॉड्यूल्स हैं ताकि एक तो पहले हम अपनी अरबी जुबान के साथ गहरा रिश्ता रखें और उसके बाद जो अपने आप को, अपने खानदानों को تھوڑا گٹھت کرنے کی کوشش کریں, کیونکہ آج کل کے ماحول میں میں نے یہ دیکھا ہے کہ ہم نے جوڑنے والا کام ختم کر دیا.
جی ہاں,
اگر ہم یہ نہیں دیکھیں گے اسلام میں کون کہاں جوڑ آتا ہے, تو ہم وہی توڑ رکھیں گے جو ہمارے یہاں کے یو کے یورپ کا ماحول ہے, جس میں سب چیز کو توڑو, ہر خاندان کو توڑو. تو اس کے لیے جب اگر ہم نے اسلام کے جوڑ نہیں دیکھے کس طرح سے وہ ماحول بنتا ہے, تو اس چیز کو ایڈریس کرنے کے لیے فیملی پروگرام بنا. تو یہی سمری تھی.
جی بہت شکریہ, آپ نے بہت ہی اچھی سمری یہ دی ہے. تو ہم ایسا کرتے ہیں کہ آپ اپنی یہ پروجیکٹ جو ہے اس کی ڈیٹیلز دے دیں, تو تاکہ ہمارے جو لسنرز ہیں اگر وہ انوالو ہونے چاہتے ہیں اور ہونا, انشاءاللہ ہم آپ کو اس پروجیکٹ میں شریک ہوں گے, اور اس میں جتنی ہماری کوشش یہی ہوگی کہ ہم بھی شامل ہوں, کیونکہ یہ اگر ہم 2-3 گھنٹے ہفتے میں دے سکتے ہیں تو یہ دینے چاہیے, اور وقت نکالنا چاہیے اس کام کے لیے, کیونکہ یہ ضروری ہے.
بالکل. تو فیملی پروگرام کے ایک ویب سائٹ ہے family-program.com. اس کے ساتھ ساتھ وہاں پہ آپ اپنا ایڈریس رجسٹر کر سکتے ہیں, اور کون سے ماڈیولز اس میں ہیں. ایک تو تجوید کی بات ہے, اور ایک تو عربی زبان سیکھنا, ایک اسماء الحسنہ کی جو بات ہے, اور فیملی کے آپس میں ایک طریقے کے ساتھ شادی قائم رکھنا, بچوں کا جو مسئلے حل کرنے, ماں باپ کے جو حقوق ایکسیٹرا. تو اس حوالے سے آپ اس ویب سائٹ پہ جائیں تو یہ وہاں پہ بھی معلومات ہے. ایک اور بھی کورس ہے عربک سٹیڈل, تو Arabic-Citadel CITADEL.com. یہ ایک اور ویب سائٹ ہے جہاں پہ عربی زبان میں, اور یہ کچھ دنوں کے بعد یہ شروع ہوگا کہ ایک فیملی ماحول میں آپ عربی سیکھیں, اور اس کے ساتھ آپ جتنی بھی کوئی اس عربی زبان کے ساتھ گہرا تعلق قائم رکھیں. کیونکہ مسئلہ تو یہی ہے کہ جس طرح سے ہماری نئی جنریشن میں اردو کم ہوتی جا رہی ہے, تو ہم اپنے انگریزی تھوڑا استعمال کر کے اس کے ساتھ ہم نے عربی سیکھنی ہے. تو یہ جو ویکلی سیشنز ہوں گے تو انشاءاللہ یہ سے بھی آپ آئیں انشاءاللہ اور پارٹیسپیٹ کریں. تو ان جو چیزیں ہیں, یہ فیملی پروگرام بھی ہے, عربک سٹیڈل بھی ہے, لیکن میں ضرور یہ بھی کہوں گا کہ اور ہمارے مساجد, لوکل مساجد میں بھی کافی پروگرامز ہیں جو مستقل ویک بائی ویک ہیں. تو میں یہ نہیں کہہ رہا کہ خالی صرف فیملی پروگرام جو میں کہہ رہا ہوں وہ صحیح ہے. میں یہ بھی کہوں گا کہ بہت سارے ہمارے مسجد بریڈ فورڈ میں اور جہاں بھی مسلمان ہیں انہوں نے یہ کوشش کر رہے ہیں. تو میں یہ نہیں کہنا چاہتا کہ صرف میں ہی کوشش کر رہا ہوں, یا میں جن کے ساتھ آج بات کر رہا ہوں وہ کوشش کر رہے ہیں, دوسرے لوگ بھی. تو آپ وہاں پہ بھی دیکھیں کہ کیا سسٹم ہے اور وہاں کیا آپ ہیلپ کر سکتے ہیں.
جی بہت شکریہ, بہت شکریہ. تو آپ ہمارا جو ریڈیو اسٹیشن ہے اس پہ اگر آپ کچھ لیکچر یا سیمینارز آپ پریزنٹ کرنا چاہتے ہیں تو یو آر موسٹ ویلکم ٹو کم آن ٹو دا ریڈیو اسٹیشن, اینڈ inshallah do it in one session maybe in Urdu, one session in English, one session in Bengali. We are looking for Bengali speaking presenters, or Apni Awaz is open, and we've got a sister radio station which is called Marfa Radio, which is it has lectures in and translation of the Quran, English, Urdu, Pashto, Bengali, different languages. We've got some European languages that are being introduced as well. So that Marfa Radio is, I'll send the link on the on some of the Facebook on my social media. I'll post them on. And if there's anything that we can do to assist the family project, let us know, and we will do our best to
Inshallah.
to try.
Jazakallah. See, this is the benefit of being Muslim. There is support, and there is no I'm doing better than you. This is we help each other.
We help each other, yeah.
And Allah give us all tawfiq to remain like that, inshallah.
Yeah. So, Alhamdulillah. I mean, that was quite a good introduction, and you've explained what the family project is about, the Arabic Citadel course is about, and I think what we'll do is we'll get our listeners to, we'll repeat this a few times, and also we'll come back to this in a couple of weeks, and we'll try to promote this on social media as well.
Inshallah.
And on our team, I'll get them to see what we can do to get brothers on that are part of the project, so they can promote this using our radio, inshallah. So what I'd like to say at the end is just that due to another program that's coming on at 6, we've only got a few minutes left. So what other languages? So we've got English that we're primarily targeting the youth with. The parents, whether they're Bengali speaking, Urdu speaking, have we got anything for them?
Yeah, I think it's a very important thing that we. I mean, the family program predominantly, we're talking about people who are sort of 17 to about 50 odd. That's the main target.
Main target, yeah.
Because a lot of us are in that stage. I'm a little bit over that. I'm in about 50 odd. Right. This where our being here second generation, third generation now coming. So our adherence to Islam is still firm, alhamdulillah. But we need to develop and have that collective thought, because many of us, even though we have a connection to Bangladesh, Pakistan, other countries, we are here.
Yeah.
So those common things, which of building career, building the family, making everybody. The family program. Actually, most of the people in well over a third of the family program course coordinators are Bengali.
Okay.
And other, that's the main language actually, and then English speakers and Arabs of Egypt. And Pakistanis as well, like people like myself.
Yeah, we've got quite a large Bengali community in Bradford, and we've been trying to. We're hopefully going to be starting with your help, maybe, to get Bengali give a slot to a Bengali brother who can maybe get involved and help build the links. Because
the family actually program actually starts in Whitechapel, which is the heart of the Bengali community in the whole of England.
Yeah.
So that's going to be just very easy.
That's fine. I think what we'll do is we will come back to this, and hopefully, inshallah. And so I'll just finally say thank you for coming on and taking some time out to.
No. It's our pleasure.
I think it's very important, the project you're doing, and we will I will look into it a lot more and try to.
If I can just summarize a couple of things. Even me, I've been acting the teaching for many years, as you know, and I'm a teacher in a secondary school. And even me, I'm thinking, you know what? There is something I can improve upon.
Inshallah.
Because the thing is, it's like, it started off on very, very selfish. When I joined the family program, it was started on a very, very selfish look. I need to develop my own family. They're going forward. I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
That's just reality.
That's just reality, yeah.
They're not getting away from that.
No.
You ain't getting any younger. The thing is, right? Yeah, we have to say, look, we can't just pretend we're it's like 4 years ago and things are going to be the same. Our children are growing up, and our relationship between each other has to improve. Between our families internally has to improve. And where there are shortcomings, we need to address them and move forward. That's so important. And even myself, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm active, but how much am I really giving? If I'm doing something online, how does that come offline? If I'm joining any family program, what effect does that have in my community? What effect have it in my locality? And that's the real test. If it's really having an effect, has it made me better with my neighbor? Has it made me better with others?
Like you're saying, we need to improve, and we always have to keep an eye on our personal development and the development of our families, and also the community. We have to try to, obviously, although we do focus, we are commanded to look after our families and try to what do you call it? So I think what we'll do, because this is, I think this kind of project needs a push, and we will do our most to try to understand, and we will talk, and we'll try to get other brothers on from the project who can maybe come on the radio and use the radio for explaining or teaching their modules, or getting our communities involved. So what I'll do is, obviously we're slowly, we've only got a minute or so. I'd like to end the show here, and we will talk about this more in detail in maybe not in maybe a week or so. So inshallah, I'll just say assalamu alaikum to you, and to everybody listening. Thank you for listening, and keep tuned with the Community Insight program on Radio Apni Awaz. It's every Saturday at 5 p.m, as you know. And due to traffic jams in Bradford today, we started a bit late. So alhamdulillah, I think we've covered quite a lot there here. Alhamdulillah. So with that, Rizwan Bhai, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair for joining, and I'd like to let the audience, the listeners, know what we've talked, and that was Brother Rizwan Hussain, who's involved in the family project. If you'd like any more details, he's mentioned the websites. You can contact us at Radio Apni Awaz if you want more information, or you've listened to the radio station, a radio show, but we will bring you a more in-depth discussion on this subject. So Jazakallah khair for listening, and we will come back to this again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.